Hi, and welcome to Comedy Recapped. Today we're going to talk about the 1999 American comedy film Bowfinger. The film is about a down-and-out filmmaker in Hollywood who is trying to make a movie on a super small budget. Beware, spoilers ahead. Bobby Bowfinger is seen sitting alone in his office, reading a script. After he finishes his reading, he gets a twinkle in his eye, and he believes he's found the perfect movie moment. The next day, he gathers his actors and staff and tells them about this brilliant script titled Chubby Rain, written by his accountant, a firm. They then figure this is their only shot at making a movie, so Bobby takes out his life savings, $2,200, and they get together the equipment and crew needed to make the movie. When Bobby meets executive agent Jerry Renfro, they go to a chic Hollywood restaurant. He slips the host a $20 bill, asking to be seated at the table next to Renfro to get his meeting. He pretends that he's an elite movie producer and fakes his way into a conversation with him about the script for Chubby Rain. He hands the script to the producer, who barely skims through it. Bobby tells Jerry about his plan to get actor Kit Ramsey in the film's lead role, and pretends to call him on his clearly disconnected mobile phone. Renfro then agrees that they've brought a suitable picture if Bobby gets Kit, knowing full well he hasn't got a chance in the world. In Kit's mansion, he's unloading at his agent. The issue is there are no excellent Hollywood moments and no more good catchphrases anymore. He believes movies are now all style and no substance. His agent tries to tell him about a script he's just read that's good and has a moment that he wants, but Kit doesn't believe it's the moment he's looking for. Kit heads to his weekly appointment at Mindhead, a psychological collective that's obtained a cult-like status among the Hollywood elite. Bobby sneaks past the gate and tries to talk to Kit, pretending to be a script delivery guy for a major Hollywood agent. He and Kit appear to be having a civilized conversation, and Bobby talks about how he's about to go to his appointment at Mindhead. Kit offers Bobby a ride there, but when Bobby reveals who he really is, Kit loses it and has him thrown out of the car. At the office, Bobby comes up with a different idea. They should film the movie without letting Kit know he will be in it. While his producer, Dave, thinks this is a bad idea, Bowfinger decides to do it anyway. Then we meet a young woman named Daisy, looking for work as she gets off a bus. She's a first-time actress from the Midwest with few life experiences, seeking fame and fortune in Hollywood. Daisy goes to Bowfinger's studio, where she has an audition for the female part in the movie. Kit goes to a meeting with Terry Strichter, the head psychiatrist at Mindhead, for his weekly appointment. The two of them talk about how Kit is better when he goes to his happy place, and heavily believes in things like aliens and conspiracy theories. Dr. Strichter assures Kit that he will not do the one unthinkable action to show it to the Lakers cheerleaders, meaning his privates. Back at Bowfinger Films, Bobby gives his staff a pep talk about how this is the opportunity that they have to make a motion picture. He says once they're famous and successful, a FedEx truck will be making multiple stops at their studio with future projects. When that happens, he claims that will be the day that they truly know they've made it. Bobby wonders what they're really in for with no star at this point. On day one, Dave is told by Bowfinger to supply the equipment. He does this by checking a camera out from his day job at Universal. He then uses a van with S&Y construction painted on the side. The first shoot of Chubby Rain is of Daisy as she chases Kit's limo leaving his mansion for Mindhead. Kit has no clue what's happening and sees the action behind him. They're reviewing the movie's first shot back at the studio when Bowfinger is finally confident that this movie is actually going to work. On day two, Kit and his agent are meeting at yet another chic, fancy restaurant in Hollywood. Bowfinger and crew are set to be there. He disguises his staff to look like homeless people as they shoot the first dialogue scene involving Carol and Kit. Kit still has no clue what's going on, and Carol's dialogue and approach to the movie, discussing alien love, triggers more paranoia in Kit than usual. Kit resumes the conversation he and his agent had earlier about there not being any good movie scripts, and then heads to an emergency meeting with Strichter. Kit reveals his plans to show it to the Laker cheerleaders to Dr. Strichter. On day 3, Daisy and Slater discuss that they both need more scenes with Kit, and try to discuss the best course of action to take as far as getting some actual screen time with the supposed star of the movie. No one has any clue that Kit doesn't know he's in the film at this point. A firm has even written some extra scenes with Kit to eventually incorporate into the movie. On day 4, Dave tracks Kit to Mindhead. They film the climactic scene in the parking lot, where Carol confronts Kit. Kit, unaware of his involvement in the film, thinks someone is following him through the lot and begins to freak out. Then Bowfinger has his dog wearing a pair of high heels following Kit through the parking lot. At the studio, they review the film, and Carol is in awe at Kit's professionalism. A firm brags to Daisy about his screenwriting ability, who then sees an opportunity to get some screen time in the film for herself. On day 5, Kit heads to an upscale department store to buy himself new clothes. The store offers him the clothes for free if he appears outside of the store. Kit, in return, demands $1,000. Carol decides to confront Kit and tries to talk to him about their screen time in the film. This triggers even more paranoia from Kit than usual. At Kit's mansion, Dr. Strichter makes a special house call, and Kit talks about how the aliens may actually be following him. Dr. Strichter, in return, offers to let Kit stay in the special Mindhouse celebrity quarters. They're wondering what to do at the studio now that Kit is out of the picture. Bowfinger instructs Dave to now hold auditions to find anyone who looks remotely like Kit, so they can get the shots they need, and settles on a man named Jiff. On day 6, Bowfinger has his first day of shooting with Jiff. Jiff bears an unbelievably striking resemblance to Kit, and he has him run across the US 101 in LA. Jiff is terrified, fearing for his life if he's to run across the freeway, but Bowfinger assures him this stunt is not for nothing. Bowfinger realizes, on day 7, that the cash supply is dwindling rapidly. As it turns out, he has a date with Daisy that night, who is manipulating Bowfinger into getting more screen time and time with a star. Bowfinger catches a break when Daisy leaves her wallet unguarded, and he uses her lost credit card to purchase tons of equipment to shoot additional scenes. On day 8, the newly purchased equipment allows them to shoot additional indoor scenes, and Daisy and Jiff have an on-screen romantic moment together. On day 9, they're dealing with having no clue where Kit is, when Carol stumbles upon an opportunity to shoot their next scene. Kit appears at the department store he was in just days before. They use Renfro's one-of-a-kind 1946 Buick to shoot scenes with. They approach Kit in the department store in this scene, which freaks him out. Bowfinger is then approached by a police officer who stops him and asks for a film permit. He instead offers the officer a part in the movie. The scene then continues and freaks Kit out so much that he does anything to run away from whatever is happening. While sitting at a diner eating breakfast on day 10, Jiff reveals he's actually the biological brother to Kit, not just some guy who really looks like him. This causes Bowfinger to have a sudden change of heart as to how Jiff should be used in the film. Jiff really enjoys working for Bowfinger and is excited to be part of a movie, as he worked for a fast food restaurant before. On day 11, a security guard discovers found footage of the film locked up with the rest of the equipment Dave was borrowing and reports it to Mindhead. This causes Terry Strichter to become suspicious about what's really going on. The team and crew are getting ready to shoot the film's big end scene at the Griffith Observatory. Dave checks out a crane check, and they disguise it to shoot his car from overhead. The final scene plays out, and Kit is heading to the observatory as planned. A firm disguises himself, freaking Kit out as he's disguised like a mutated alien. Daisy follows, and Slater follows with Renfro's car. Kit is about to say the film's signature catchphrase, "Gotcha, suckers!" But Bowfinger is discovered by Dr. Strichter. At the studio, the group is defeated, left to wonder how they will turn around their careers. That is, if it's even possible. Dave comes back with the crew and informs Bobby that they followed Kit around to get extra shots for the movie. The footage is useless until one bit catches Bobby's eye. They now have the permission they need. Bobby then heads to Mindhead, showing Strichter the footage they recorded of Kit. As it turns out, he showed the Laker cheerleaders it, and was met with hysterical laughter. Bowfinger says they could use this, and it would make an excellent ending to the movie, but it would ruin the actor's career and public image. Dr. Strichter and his counsel confer, and they agree. In the end, we see the movie premiere of Chubby Rain. Bowfinger gets a front row seat and watches how his vision has become a reality. Back at his offices, he's greeted with a standing ovation. As predicted, a FedEx truck shows up to deliver an envelope to Bobby. It's a contract for the studio to make a kung fu movie in Thailand, and it will star Jiff Ramsey. The movie ends with the opening clip of the newest Bowfinger production film, Fake Purse Ninjas. And that's going to wrap things up for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this recap as much as we did. If you liked the video and want to look into other movies with us, then be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. That way you won't miss a single video.